What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Blackblade and welcome back to vlog part 2 of our Multistrike build. Now, I was thinking the other day that I should make a crit based build based on the Multistrike skill gem other than the non-crit build which I did with the duelist. So this is how I did it. Let's get into the skill tree first. Alright, so for this build we are going to be using the Shadow simply because he's actually closest to the assassination skill node, so that's why I chose to use him. And the main weapon that we are going to be using is the dagger for this build. But before that, let's go through it one by one. Alright, so first we've taken the melee damage physical nodes here. What I mean is increased physical damage nodes right there, ending with coordination for the attack speed. We went up to get the blood siphon and some more increased life right there. And then we've gotten the soul siphon so that we get a little bit of mana when we kill a monster. And then we went down over here to get some one-handed melee damage. Ending with sleight of hand and then quickness, and then we went up to get the assassination for the 30% increased critical strike chance and the 30% increased critical strike multiplier. And then we went down here a little bit to go to the right side to take the blood drinker and some more life nodes right there. Went down over here, we went to the left side to get a jewel socket. Now I got a pretty good crimson jewel right here, which increases our physical damage by 16%. We get a 6% increased global critical strike multiplier. We get an 11% increased critical strike multiplier with one-handed weapons. Since we're using one-handed weapons, so this is going to be beneficial for us. And we've gotten, well, we have a 3% reduced mana cost with our skills right there. And then we went up to over here to get all of the dagger and critical strike multiplier nodes, ending with Adder's Touch. And then we went up over here to get some dagger damage and attack speed, ending with flaying. And then we went up over here to get one power charge, and then we went up over here to get some dagger damage and critical strike chances, ending with Night Stalker. Finally, we've gotten all of the life and energy shield nodes right here, ending with Written with Blood. And then we went down right here over to the left side to get some critical damage and critical strike multiplier for our daggers, ending with From the Shadows. Yeah, From the Shadows. And then we went to the right side. We went down over here to get some elemental innovation resistances right there, ending with Survivalist. We went down over here to get the Heart Seeker for the 25% increased critical strike multiplier and an additional 50% critical strike chance. Then we went to the left side to get another jewel socket, this time with a 16% increased physical damage with daggers, a 0.25% physical attack damage leech as mana, and we have 8 to strengthen our dexterity. Then we went down to get all of the life nodes, ending with Herbalism. We went down over here to get some more life nodes, ending with Thick Skin. Then we went down over here to get Iron Reflexes and to get the Point Blank. Now, there's only one reason why I got the Point Blank, and that is for the fire damage part of the Multistrike. Now, since the Multistrike is actually random, at least when the fire procs or the fire part of the skill gem procs, we get an additional 50% more damage from that one fire alone. But then it's pretty random. We won't know. You may fire like 5 straight fire element from the Multistrike skill, and all of those get a 50% more damage. Or since of course it's a Multistrike, I mean they wouldn't call it as wild as a sort of wild card if it's not pretty random. So yeah, it may only hit like once out of 10, but at least we get a 50% more damage out of it. But it's not really necessary. If you guys deem to put it somewhere else, then you can put it somewhere else. So this is like my wild card in the skill tree. Then of course we went to the left side to take we went to the left side over here on the duelist skill tree, and instead of going with the shield, I decided to go with the projectile part of the tree of his tree. And again, the only projectile labeled as projectile as my research goes is the fire part of the element. The cold and the lightning are not considered as projectile. So it's a wild card. It's a wild card, guys. But of course we're going to be using a shield for this one. If you feel like you want to use the, if you feel like you know, want to increase the benefits of your shield instead, then you can just go with the Defiance right here. But for me, you know, I'm going with the Fury Bolts. Ending with Art of the Gladiator, Bravery, Mana Flows, and the Master of Arena. Now, the Master of Arena, we won't be getting any benefits from the increased melee physical damage when it comes to the elements. That's only going to apply to the first initial hit, because it says melee. Anything with melee only applies with melee, with the melee part of the skill gem, and anything with increased physical damage with weapons or with something else, just as long as it says increased physical damage, that affects all of the 3 elements. So yeah, the thing that I want here is the +2 to our melee weapon range, so that's why I took it. And then we went over to the left side, finally over here to get another jeweled socket, this time with a 5% increased attack speed with one-handed melee weapons, 8% increase melee critical strike with multiplier, which is actually pretty good, and a 11% increased projectile damage, which again will only affect the fire part of the wild strike. Then finally, Golem's Blood and some more life notes right there. Now, since we are only at level 83, you know, you could push this to 88 or even to 90. There's a lot of skill notes that you guys can play with. You know, you can remove Masters of Arena if you want to. You can remove Point Blank if you want to. Might I suggest that you go with, you know, further increasing your armor and life nodes right here, or you could go again with the Defiance right there, or the next good thing that you could do is you could increase your dagger damage nodes and dagger critical strike chances over here, and ending with Dilettante with an additional 24% increased physical damage with your daggers. Or you can go over to the left side to take the aspect of the Panther, the weapon artistry, and then the finesse, and then finally ending with evasion and life nodes right there. Or you can also take, of course, the Heart of the Oak. It's also pretty good because it gives you an 8% increased maximum life, you get a 30% chance to avoid being stunned, and you get that 1% life regen per second. Or if you want, you know, if you have another good jeweled socket, you can always take the another, you know, jeweled socket right here, which is really close, or another jeweled socket right here. It's a bit far, 1, 2, 3, 4 skill points, but you know, it might be worth it depending on how powerful your jewels are. So you may go with that route, you may go with this route. Of course, you'll be passing through some more projectile damage nodes here again for the fire part of the skill gem. Alrighty then, so I guess that's about it. Let's get into our gear. Of course, this is a dagger based build, so we are going to be using a dagger for this one. This is the best dagger that I have on all of my what I mean by best is highest DPS on all of the collection of daggers that I was able to obtain throughout my gameplay in Path of Exile. You know, daggers can be really expensive on the trade channel, so yeah, if you really want one, at least get it above 250. As you can see, I'm barely making it at only 230, but that's okay. I can do maps at level 75 at maximum. Haven't done level 76 yet because, quite frankly, I want to push my life to 4.5k before I do level 76 and above maps. So that's going to be our main hand weapon. For rings, of course, we're as much as possible try to use a diamond ring for this one to further increase your critical strike chances. With life, if you can, I've added there's a good life leech right there, and I decided to include an addition to mod it with additional accuracy rating. For our other rings, we are going to be using a 2-stone ring, again with life, some resistances. I decided to add some additional fire damage right there just to further boost our damage. For amulet, we are going to be using this one. It has life, and I decided to roll an additional 30% increased global critical strike chance within there. For armor, we are going to be using a 6-linked armor for this one, life, and then resistances. Of course, for your gloves, it's a crit build. You need to use the Maligar's Virtuosity for the global critical strike chance and the increased global critical strike multiplier that it gives. For belt, you know, use any belt that you want, just as long as it has life, resistances, and if you can, you know, if there's some armor in there or some strength, you know, go ahead and include those too. For boots, you know, typical life and then 3 good rolls of resistances. For shield, we're going to be using an evasion type shield, simply because I wanted to take advantage, of course, of the iron reflexes. So yeah, I took a pretty good shield right here, high evasion rating with a good roll for life, and I decided to add a 30% cold resistance there because I was trying to struggle with my with min maxing my resistances. And finally, the Rat's Nest, again for the global critical strike chance that it gives, plus the 15% increase attack speed that it also gives. For our stats or other stats, our Wild Strike is doing 23k, but don't be fooled, that's only the melee part of the skill gem. It doesn't include, of course, the elemental parts of the skill. It goes higher because, of course, this is a crit based build. Our current critical strike chance without the power charges. Oh my god, I forgot my link. So I'm so sorry. All right, so what's connected to our Wild Strike is faster attacks, power charge on critical, increased critical damage, increased critical strike chances, yeah, and of course multi-strike. Our other skill gems will be Enduring Cry, Vengeance, Empower, and Mana Leech. For our movement skill gem, we're going to be using Whirling Blades with faster attacks and reduced mana, so that, you know, we don't really think about our mana too much. And then of course we have for our curse, we are going to be using Warlord's Mark. Technically, you need to use the Assassin's Mark, I think, for your curse. But then I'm kind of struggling a little bit when it comes to my Mana Leech and my Life Leech, so that's why I chose the Warlord's Mark instead. Of course, attached to CWDT and increase area of effect, and then we have an enhanced skill gem right there because I just can't put anything else there, so that's why I decided to just put enhance. And then of course Ice Golem, Arctic Armor, and then Hatred for aura, and then I've already finished that. Then of course CWDT, Immortal Call, Molten Shell, and increased duration. Alright, so our, where was I? Yeah, our critical strike chance is at 55.77%. With all of our charges up, I believe that goes up to above 60 plus percent. And of course, our critical strike multiplier is really good at 564%. Defensively, everything is capped. Our armor is at 4.9k with an estimated physical damage reduction of 33%. With the plus the 13% of the Arctic Armor, so that's a total of 44% less physical damage taken. All of our resistances are capped. We have some avoidance from Ignite, Chill, Freeze, and Shock. And let's get into doing our maps. Oh my god, I have talked for so long. Jesus Christ. Anyway, the map that we're going to do... Oh my god, I didn't even point out the map. Alright, hold on. Alright, the map that we are going to be doing is a level 75 cells map. It's your typical leveling map with 22% more rare monsters, and well, that's, you know, that's just it. You know, it's your typical leveling map. Now the reason that we're doing this is to just, you know, basically show you guys how the build works and up to which level the maps the build can do. Alright, here we go. I do apologize, guys, if I'm taking time talking. Usually, by 8 minutes, you know, I've already ended my I've already ended the talking part of my my video. I'm not exactly sure why it took me 12 minutes just to basically finish my talk, finish the things that I have to talk. You know, the skill tree and all of that. So anyway. So as you can see, we are doing quite well with the build. The crits are doing fine. Yeah, if you could pay attention to the critical strike chance when all of the power charges are up. Our power charges is at 68%, which is, you know, already okay. It's already decent. If you want to increase that some more, you know, you might want to invest in more critical strike chances when it comes to your ring, and if you can roll it with your amulet. So as you can see, sometimes I'm doing pretty bad with my mana. Because I have a really small physical damage, I believe. Whoa. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, the things that we need. I don't need that. Okie dokie. Let's get some more gameplay right here. Up until we get to the boss, of course. Anywho. So yeah, the thing that's really missing for me here is a good dagger, something with what kind of rolls do I have there? So I don't have any crit chance or critical strike multiplier with my daggers, which is actually pretty bad. So yeah, you may want to have that on your dagger. It's pretty expensive. I did not buy that dagger. I actually just found it, and I'm actually quite lucky to have a dagger more than 200 DPS. The usual rolls that I get, from drops are just mostly what 150, something like that. It's pretty low. It's pretty low. So yeah, I was lucky to get 230 for that. 230. Yeah, it is 230. So yeah, 250 is the minimum, and I can't even mod it. That's the kind of like thing that I really hate. I got a good dagger, but I can't mod it anymore. Oh shit! I just hate that. When you get you get a good item and you just can't mod it anymore. God damn it! Fucking blows me. Anyway, so yeah, so what else? Did I forget anything? So anyway, I'm gonna say something if I remember anything. Alright, so opening some chests right there. So we're not dying yet. This is actually pushing it. This is like my only my second time to play a level 75 map, and it's doing fine. It's doing fine. With further levels, I believe that the build can do much higher maps, and with better gear too, you can do probably do higher maps. You're lucky if you have a pretty good a pretty good dagger. Because I don't. I was originally planning it to be a claw based, but I've done so many claw based build now, and I haven't really done any these things. Any what do you call this? Any dagger builds yet? So this is I think I've done one before, like 2 or 3 builds only, and that was a long time ago. So I wanted to like do one now. Hold on, where is the boss? I'm taking too much time, talking and enjoying the game right here. Okay, where are you, boss? I guess it's on the lower left side. So yeah, as I was saying, I haven't really done that much when it comes to any dagger build at all. I've only done like 2, and one of the primary reasons why I don't do it is I don't have a good dagger. It's not as good as my claw, when it comes to DPS wise. Whoa. So as you can see, the monsters still hit pretty hard, especially the big guys. This one and the bear type, that does the cleaving. You better be careful with those types of monsters because they still hit like pretty damn hard. Alright, so I think that this is the boss here right now. Not exactly sure. This is my first time going to that I'm going to face this boss. Alright, so I'm not exactly sure if I could face tank it. Can we face tank it? Yes, I believe we can face tank it. Oh yeah, baby, we are face tanking that shit. Alright, and the boss is dead. Woohoo! So I guess that's about it for this episode, guys. Again, let me know what you guys think about the build in the comment section down below. And thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next part of my video. Have a good one. Oh my god, hold on. I've been talking a lot. Hold on. Let's activate the haste ball or ball haste. And hold on, what the hell? Alright, hold on, I've been crazy.